welcome to this interview with me and my buddy Brad Stuver. Brad is the first person I've ever interviewed twice, and I'm so excited to learn about his journey that led him to Austin. Brad, thank you for taking time to chat with me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on again. Happy to be the first repeat.
Yeah, it's exciting. All right, you ready to get into these questions?
Absolutely.
How does it feel being a starter for a brand new team in the MLS?
It feels pretty good. It's been a little weird because there's not anybody that has done it before for this club, so there's a lot of firsts. But it's a lot of hard work, and I've been loving it so far.
So, do you train more in Austin FC, or do you train the same amount as you would normally in New York?
We've trained about the same on the field, but we've spent a lot more time in the video room, just like going over style of play and how we want to do things. So spent more time in video, but same time on the field.
That's awesome. What are the fans like in Austin compared to the other clubs you have played for?
The Austin fans have been amazing. If you've seen our games, you can see that our stadium has been sold out for 3 straight games here at home, and they've been loud and been cheering for 90 minutes straight. It's been amazing to see. There's a lot of fans throughout the league, but these ones here in Austin are near the top.
So, do the fans and stuff bring like drums and stuff, and they celebrate a lot?
Yep, drums, trumpets, some other instruments, but yeah, they are screaming, and by the end of the game, they are just as tired as the players.
That's really cool. What work did you have to put in to win the starting spot in Austin?
It's just been a long time of training hard and keeping my head down and just trying to do everything right. Sometimes it's all about timing and a little bit of good luck to get into a situation where you get your chance to play. And it's just been about staying true to who I am and continuing to train hard and train like I'm the starter in Columbus and New York. But now that I'm here in Austin, I have a chance to play the games.
That's really cool. So in warm-ups before the games, it seems like a lot more the starters getting a lot more training, like volleys to the hands and dives, more than the backup would. Is that true?
So normally the backups go out a little bit before the starter. So they go out maybe 10 to 15 minutes before the starter goes out, and they do their own little warm-up. So they go for 10 to 15 minutes where they do handling, they do crossing and all that stuff. And then when the starter comes out, he'll do his warm-up by himself. So both guys get warmed up. It's just a little bit at different times.
That's cool. We are going to now watch a save that you made against LA recently.
Here's Javier Hernandez. Chicharito, save there from Brad Stuver. Massive moment in the match for Austin FC to keep them in it.
Wow.
Austin identity, but saves like this, perhaps more important.
That's a well-taken shot, Chris. Maybe a little bit too high.
That was a really good save.
Thank you.
You had good handling to the ball. You were off your line. You weren't leaning back. It was a great one-hand save. You pushed it out. It didn't go straight down the middle for a rebound. It was a great save.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah. What goes through your mind during the penalty kick?
So we do a lot of research before penalties. So before every game, we look at different guys who have taken penalty kicks, and with all of the research that we do, we can kind of see tendencies and get an idea of a player's favorite side. But then in the moment, you just kind of have to go with your gut. And, you're looking at the player, you're looking at the ball, you're going with your gut. And at the end of the day, you just have to stay big and hope you guess right.
Yeah, that's sort of what I do too. I normally follow where his hips and foot and where his plant step is.
Yep.
So it's a little bit easier for me to read that way. But if they sort of throw me off a little bit, it's just a guessing game.
Yeah, I was going to say some PK takers are better at disguising where they want to go. Some try and throw you off. Sometimes I try and throw them off with a couple fakes. But I mean, at that point, a goalkeeper is never expected to save the penalty kick, so the pressure is really on the kicker, which
Yeah.
is always fun because if you come up with a save, you're a hero. So,
Yeah. What do you do to prepare yourself before a penalty?
um, so right before the penalty, nothing much. I just kind of go into it like a normal save. I look at my teammates. I give them the reassurance that I got this, not to worry about it. Keep their head up no matter what happened. And I tell them, like I always tell my teammates to follow it up just in case there is a rebound. Because if I make that save, I want to make sure that they don't get another chance on the rebound.
Yeah. A lot of reasons why penalties are scored is either they just score it right away or it's a rebound off the keeper.
Yep.
Because in the England and Denmark game, Kasper
Harry
Schmeichel
Kane.
made
Yep.
the save bottom corner, but the rebound he just couldn't hold on to it. Went right in front of him and he shot bottom
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah, and it's the worst feeling in the world because you make the hard save and then like they just tap the ball in and it's devastating. You do all the hard work to make that save and then you just get punished for it anyway.
Yeah. Brad, I've noticed that you give a lot back to the community. That is something that is also important to me. Why do you feel it is important to give back?
So for me, just growing up, my parents were very involved in our community and always wanted to do things as a tight knit group. So I kind of learned from them from an early age that giving back was the easiest way to do good. And as I've grown up and as I've become a professional athlete, I've been given this platform that reaches a lot of different people from a lot of different places across the country, across the world. And while I still have this platform, I want to make sure that I use it for good. And I want to be able to share the messages that I find important. And right now, I have a larger audience than what I will when I'm done playing. So hopefully, the time that I can be as a professional athlete, I can use my platform to spread as much good as possible.
That is awesome. If every athlete had that mindset, the world would be such a better place.
Yep. And I mean, that's the biggest thing. If everyone just did one small deed like that, or if everyone had the same mindset where they just wanted to look after one another, the world would be such a better place.
It would be. You have been playing in the MLS for a while now. What is your favorite place to play, and where is the hardest place to play?
Well, my favorite is now Q2 Stadium here in Austin. It has quickly become my favorite place to play. Um, the most difficult place to play is either Atlanta or Kansas City. Both stadiums get really good fans. They're really engaged for all 90 minutes, and they love their teams. So, I mean, both are good teams as well. So, when you go into those stadiums, it's always difficult to play.
Yeah, a lot of things you realize in Kansas City games is their fans. Like the signs and stuff that says "Welcome to Blue Hell," and
Yep,
the fans, like every person in there has a drum or some sort of instrument that they're blowing throughout the whole game.
yep, they do, and they're right on top of you. The fans are so close to the field that they feel like they're right on top of you.
Really, that's different.
Yeah, there are some stadiums where like the stands are a little bit farther away from the field, so you feel like you have space. Like LA Galaxy, you feel like you're away from the fans. But Kansas City, those stands are like right behind the goal, and anytime you turn around, there's a fan like staring at you, yelling, screaming, and it's pretty intense.
Yeah, it seems like it. How did your parents support your journey through the MLS?
My parents are ridiculously crazy. When I was in Columbus, they used to try and make it down to every home game, even though I wasn't playing. They would still come down, sit in the stands with me, watch the games. When I went to New York, they made as many trips as possible. They would drive from Ohio to New York just to come to games, even when I wasn't playing. When I did play, they made pretty much every single game. They would travel to away games, anything that's close to Ohio. They've traveled to Minnesota, Chicago, Cincinnati, Philly, DC, New England, all these places. And now that I'm in Austin, I'm a little farther away. So they've made it down once so far. But yeah, they're the ultimate super fans. They're always there for me, and they're always willing to travel.
That's really cool. I hope my parents are like that someday.
Pretty sure they will be.
um.
I actually have questions for you.
Oh, okay.
I came prepared.
Okay.
I have questions because last time you asked all the questions, so I had to have some for myself.
Okay, let's hear them.
All right, well, since you're wearing the SKC jersey, I'll start with this one. Recently, you went to Kansas City to train with the SKC Academy. How was that experience?
It was really nice. The facilities, the locker room, everything in there was amazing. The players are nice. The goalie coaches and coaches, everybody there is just, they know what they're doing. And it's just an excellent place to be. I like being in good environments to play around, to play soccer around, and that is one place I just want to be in every day to train.
Love that. Loved hearing that. Well, since we are both part of the HO soccer family, how do you like the gloves, and which one is your favorite model?
HO gloves are my favorite gloves I've ever had. I recently have just found out what my favorite gloves are. I like the what's the finger called? I think they're called the roll fingers.
Yep.
Yeah, I like I think the orange pair, like the orange and red and black pair.
Oh, yeah, the magnetics. The
Yeah,
ones that kind of go up your wrist a little bit.
yeah,
Yep.
I like
those
those a
ones
lot.
too. I like those ones too.
Yeah.
Then last question I got for you. Got to brag on you a little bit.
Okay.
Last tournament, you were Golden Glove winner, All-Star selection, Keeper War champ, and tournament champ.
Yep.
How did that feel? And ultimately, just how does it feel to win that many things in one tournament?
It felt really cool. I think that might be one of the only tournaments where I won like 5 different things. Yeah, but the first day I went into it, I was just planning on having lots of fun, meeting new kids, and just playing. But once I got into it, it was a lot more serious than I thought it was going to be, and it just turned out to be a great tournament. But all of you, after I got all the awards, they just felt amazing to get them. They're all up in my room right now, and it was just really cool to get all those awards in one tournament.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. You balled out. I love seeing that. So, congrats.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you got it.
Are those
That's
all your
all I got for
questions?
you. No,
All right.
that was it. I only had 3.
Okay. Brad, thank you so much for chatting with me this evening. I also want to take time to thank you and your family. You have been such a big supporter of mine, and helped me open doors that I would not have been able to open if you were not with me. You have set me up to do really big things because of that, I am forever grateful. I will always be your fan. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in to this interview with Austin FC's goalkeeper, Brad Stuver. To hear past interviews, you can listen to all my interviews on my podcast. Just search Keeper for a Cure, and whenever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also, don't forget to watch all my interviews, game footage, and more on my YouTube channel. Just search Keeper for a Cure. This upcoming fall, I'll be raising money for the Phillips Cancer Center again. For the most up-to-date information on everything that I'm a part of, please visit www.keeperforacure.com. Thank you, Brad, for coming back on. I look forward to catching one of your games one day.
Awesome, man. Thanks. Can't wait to have you in Austin.